I'm Jackdavis, and welcome to a series of videos where I'm going to be speaking to camera without any preparation and taking you through a guided meditation and sharing anything else that comes up. It might be channeled, it might be information from my own mind. It's all part of the fun that we don't exactly know what to expect. So the first thing we're going to start with is, I suppose, the foundational elements of meditation. So if you'd like to participate, you're welcome. If you'd like to observe this man going through this process on the internet, you're welcome too. So the first thing I'd suggest you do is just sit comfortably in any position that you prefer. If you can keep your back straight, that's awesome. If you can keep your hands in any way that's sort of grounded, just sort of showing intentionally that you are trying to focus inwards rather than outwards, that will definitely support the process. Now, you're not going to get very far into a meditative experience without noticing that you are breathing. So all you need to do is just notice that you are breathing. You'll also notice that no matter how focused you intend to be on your internal experience, you will be hearing things that are happening externally. So within this video, you might be hearing some very soft background noise from the world around me, but you'll definitely also be hearing something around you as well. And I feel it's very important for your meditation practice to not be something that separates you from part of your experience and focuses you just on one element or a few elements of your experience. What's always been effective for me is having meditation be entirely welcoming to all experience. There's nothing that can disturb your meditation at all. It doesn't matter if thoughts come into your mind. It doesn't matter if a car comes past or someone interrupts you. All you need to do is let anything that is in your experience remain in your experience. Now, you may notice that it's easier to focus and pick up on some elements of your experience than others. That's really normal. Let me give you some examples. So, right now, it is very easy for me to focus on the sound of my own voice. And it is pretty easy for me to notice that I am also breathing. And in the case of me, I'm speaking. So breath is exiting my system as I speak. And then every now and again, I take a breath. But what I can try and do is at the same time that I'm aware of my breathing in and out and the sound of my voice and the sentences that I'm constructing, I can also be aware of what's going on outside. I can also be aware of the faint light that I pick up. My eyes are closed, but my eyelids are not blocking out all of the light around me. So I can still perceive light and space. I can also feel my body. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, so I can feel all of my body. I can feel my feet, I can feel my knees, I can feel my hip, chest, shoulders, arms, fingers. And if you're just starting out, you may want to focus on just one of these areas at a time and really hone that attention and that commitment to one particular area of focus. That's one of the reasons why focusing on the breath is done so commonly in meditation practices. It's just one of the most easily accessible elements of your experience to work with. And as you focus on any part of your experience, you become more aware of what's going on. And generally, as a result, you'll notice that things become less tense and more relaxed. And, as a foundational element of meditation, we do want to be less tense and more relaxed. But it's not a problem if you're tense. There's no failing at meditation. All you really need to do is make friends with your experience. I started meditating back when my body was in a very different condition and I had all kinds of pain, and I found it very difficult to keep my back straight because I had a forward slouched posture. I was always looking down at screens, and it just wasn't comfortable for me at all. And it's natural for that to distract you. There can be all kinds of things that distract you, and my piece of advice for any of you who may be frustrated by the fact that your mind interrupts your meditation, or you can't control your awareness, your consciousness in the way that you'd like to, please understand that that's part of the growth journey. And the best thing that you can do is just notice that you're having trouble. That's really all you need to do. And just trust that over the long term, this practice, or, consistently coming back to being aware and being conscious rather than doing, it will grow on you. And meditation is not a skill, but it might be helpful to think of it as a skill. And what I started to notice when I started meditating was, frankly, without trying at all, I became a lot better at quite a lot of different things. I became better at playing video games because I was more aware of what was going on in my experience. I used to have this fixated, closed focus where I would get absorbed in a movie or absorbed in an activity. And it's almost as if you can only perceive 10% or 20% of what's going on, and you have blinders on, and everything else gets blocked out so that you're hyper-fixated on this one particular thing that's in front of you. And that can be effective, but what you'll notice is that you're wasting a lot of energy by doing this. And you can always do anything in any context by just holding this passive awareness without being so tight on what you're focused. When I'm teaching in the classroom, you can definitely go about it in the way where you're very focused on what you say and you're trying really, really, really hard. Or you can do the exact same thing where you're very relaxed and you just let things flow. And you can see that's the energy that I'm bringing forth to this meditation. Even though I am speaking, I'm still meditating. Even though you're getting hand gestures from me, I'm still meditating. Even though I'm constructing sentences and weaving together a little bit of a story and there's a theme to this video, it's still meditation because I haven't lost that awareness of the small fan in my room and the cars that go past every now and again and the noise that I hear around me and the feeling of my body. That really is the core of meditation. And for today's video, that's where we're going to end it. And as I make more of these videos, you're going to see that there's a different theme to each one. I might wear something different. I might have a particular trinket that I focus and I bring into the meditation. There might be a theme. I might channel a message. And I thought I'd just begin this wonderful creative journey with all of you, wearing all black, staying nice and grounded, and sharing what I felt was the fundamental aspect of me learning about awareness and meditation. There's a lot more to it than that, but I hope that's the beginning of a very exciting journey for all of us. And if you have any suggestions or requests, do let me know. There's one word for meditation in the West. There's 7 words for meditation in the East. There's a lot of complexity to this topic. We're just going to keep it nice and simple for now. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.